Welcome to A Man's Journey. My name is Mo.
And I'm Tshepo. Thank you for joining us today. Today we have Zane Meas joining us here. He's an actor, motivational speaker, and community person. And he'll be telling us a bit more about himself and the work that he does in the community, as well as a bit about his career also. Zane, thank you for joining us today.
Guys,
Welcome, Zane.
Thank you very much. It's really great to be here. I'm excited.
Okay.
Pleasure to have you.
Zane, tell our viewers a bit about you, who Zane Meas is, so that everybody can.
Many of them would have seen me on TV already. But I grew up in Joburg. Some people think I'm from Cape Town because I always play the Cape roles, you know.
Yeah.
I'm always from Cape Town, so people assume I'm also from Cape Town, but I was born in Baragwanath Hospital here in Soweto. I lived for the first 5-6 years of my life in Noordgesig. And then we moved to Riverlee, where I lived and I went to high school and also attended Wits University. So I'm a Joburg boy, although I lots of family in Cape Town, obviously, and Kimberley as well.
Yeah.
And come from a big family, 7 kids. And I got into acting in high school, actually. I think, I don't know if that's going to be one of the questions that you're going to ask, but people know me from my acting work. Yeah, I'm a Joburg guy, you know, but I also do lots of other stuff. I do a number of things. I run an organization called the Fatherhood Foundation of South Africa, which I know you're going to ask me about a little later. And I've written some books and made a movie and CDs and all of that kind of stuff. Because fatherhood and the work around it is important to who I am now, you know, and the work that I do. Yeah.
Tell us a bit about the Fatherhood Foundation, seeing that you mentioned it now, so that people can know what the Fatherhood Foundation is.
Well, I started the Fatherhood Foundation about 14 years ago, 2006. And I just started going around the country speaking about the problems that we're experiencing as a nation due to fatherlessness. And this grew and grew. I knew very little when I started. And it grew and grew, and I did some research and so on. But it started off firstly by me speaking to men, because I believe that I was seeing some issues around, especially in our neighborhood, even in my own family. 3 of my sisters are single parent sisters, you know, and I wanted to know where their husbands were, why they never got married, because I knew they were around, they weren't dead. But some of them had children from other women as well, and then I realized that lots of our families were like that. And so I did a bit of research to find out why that is, and found out that this has been coming on for a number of years, that South Africa has a pandemic called fatherlessness that has been carrying on for generations, unless we stop the cycle. I then wrote a book called Daddy Come Home, because I believe that is what men must do. They must take their place firstly in the house, at home, then in society. And I think if we can affect families at home, half of the social issues that we are experiencing today would go away, you know, would be cleared up. And so therefore the book was called Daddy Come Home. And then my second book is called Happy Family, Happy Nation. I'm busy editing that at the moment now. So this issue of fatherlessness has taken root in my life and has become sort of I carry a torch for it, you know. I believe that really, if we tackle that issue, if we get men to take their place again, we can fix society. Women are doing too much. You know, we're asking women many things. Women are playing men and women roles, and it's not fair on them. They do it so well because they've been doing it for so long. That's why. But really, I don't think it's the way that God wants us to be, or that society requires of us. And so for me, for men to step up is vitally, vitally, vitally important.
Now, that is actually quite true. Especially in homes where people do grow up with fathers. I know you deal mostly with situations where there is fatherlessness, But you also deal with, as the Fatherhood Foundation, you also deal with cases that relate to gender-based violence, as that also affects a lot of our families within our communities lately. It has
You say
something.
domestic violence.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Sorry, Chip, you're just breaking up a little on my side.
Okay.
Yes, Chepo, we do feel, we, you know, sadly, what we've discovered over the years is that our biggest audience has been women.
Yeah.
I mean, we call the Fatherhood Foundation of South Africa, but our biggest audience is mothers, single mothers. Mothers are bringing up kids by themselves. They didn't make kids alone.
Yeah.
You know, you can't make a baby by yourself, but they're bringing children up by themselves. And many of them now have to play this double role. All of them have to play this double role of mommy and daddy. And some of them, when they try and take their rightful place or ask for assistance or ask men to take their rightful place, or ask for assistance in courts and so on, then men become abusive and so on. Because those men often have families of their own that they don't want to be exposed to what they've done.
Yeah.
Even the frustration for some men who indulge in domestic violence is because they don't know how to be a man. They've never grown up. They didn't grow up with a father. They didn't have a role model. They didn't have a mentor. So they assume that being a man is to use your strength, to use your physicality,
Yes.
bully their wives, to bully their women, you know, and sadly, some women tolerate it. I'm a big proponent of women fighting back against this. In fact, we've just started an organization called MOA, Men Opposing Women Abuse, run by men, speaking to men about stepping up and not abusing women. And some of the stuff that we found out is that women, sorry man, my throat. Some of the things that we found out is that women allow three things to happen. Number one, it is something that's in their genetic makeup already. So they'll find out that they single parents because their mother was a single parent and their grandmother was married twice or didn't get married. So it's something that's in their bloodline. This pandemic, this curse of having to bring up kids by themselves. Number two, they learn certain things. You know, no one teaches a young girl how to smoke. She doesn't just get born knowing how to smoke a thick pipe. She learns it. Or she learns certain things that are not good for a future or, you know, upbringing, stuff that we learn. So either it's in your bloodline or you learn it. And then number three is what you allow also. So you allow the man to hit you and then you make excuses for him.
No, definitely.
You know, well, you know, but I should have kept his food warm. You make excuses for that. You allow certain things to happen in your life. And this then the man then thinks he can allow domestic violence to continue in his home. Because number one, she's used to it. Number two, she will just learn how I am and she'll come right when I tell her. And number three, she'll allow it because if she doesn't want me to leave, she'll allow it. And this is very sad that some women don't have a choice in the matter, that they do need the support of the man, so they do allow things to fall away. But we're hoping to change the man's behavior. It doesn't mean that women must now accept just because we feel we're stronger than them and we can beat them up, or we men, we deserve all the rights and responsibilities to go our way and all of that. That has got to change. Men have got to realize that that is not what they were called or designed to do.
It's true what you say over there. We look at it became such a norm where they say in black homes, colored homes, oh no, my father went to get milk and he never came back. That's saying, you know, so, and like you say, that cycle continues. I've seen my mother do it, so I'm gonna continue to it. It's the same thing where they say, like, if you've given the man the power at that moment to abuse you, he's given you, you eat him, sorry, he hit you once and you opposed it, like you covered him up, you and you made it look like it's a norm, it's fine for you to do it, then
Yeah.
the next day it's going to happen the same thing. The following day is going to happen the same thing. So we look at how can we break that cycle in the community. Any message on how do you think we should tackle this in the community?
Well, this is why we started MOA, Men Opposing Women Abuse. It's got to start with men.
Yeah.
We've got to start stepping up as men and speaking about it. Men like the three of us, for example, who don't beat our wives necessarily, or our girlfriends. We've got to step up and show men that and speak about it. We've got to say, guys, I'm not the kind of guy who would beat my wife, even if she burnt the food or whatever. And I think if more men were to be like me, we'd have a better society. Men, you shouldn't be, these years we must punt that message. We must push it and push it and push it and push it. Then we must make some platforms available for men to express their anger. Say, listen, I'm one of those guys. Every time I get angry, every time I get angry, then my wife and I have a fight, and then I feel I can just say, where do I go to for help? They're now going to have these platforms where men can go and go for assistance and talk about their feelings to other men.
Yeah.
Because men will only talk to other men. Men are. They don't.
Yeah. True.
So we've got to, number one, we've got to have more men speaking about it. Number two, we've got to have these platforms where men can go and express themselves anonymously if they have to. When you just say, my wife is making me mad, man, and I just want to hit her, but men talk, but they've got to have that platform. And then there's got to be a responsible guy on the other side saying, okay, how did it make you feel? Now you must remember this, and you've got to think of that, and calm down in this way. And remember that if you hit your wife and children are watching, you're setting an example for them. Someone has got to come with a strong voice of reason that says, listen, you can't allow that to happen. And then take this guy through a counseling session of saying, what was your dad like? Where was your father? What was your father and his father like? And then they've got to just talk through some stuff, and I think if these platforms are there for men to express themselves, they won't take it out on their wives.
Yes.
And then number three, I think what is a big issue at the moment is men feeling not empowered. We've got to empower our men now. Number one, government has got to step up and start speaking to issues of manhood in our nation. Men have got to feel that they are being spoken to and that the issues are being taken care of, because everyone's pushing this woman gender equality. No one is speaking to men. We need government to start speaking to the issue of man issues. Then we've got to make sure that these men, many of them, you'll see them, they feel, my wife is working, I'm not working. We've got to make sure that there's some kind of opportunity for our men to express themselves, to become contributors in the home. How many of us know guys who aren't working? Their wives are working because, she can get a job in a factory somewhere, but there's no job for him. So he's feeling disempowered. He's feeling like he's not bringing contribution. So now he beats his wife. Now he drinks. Now he takes stick. Now he does stuff. If we start providing jobs, if we start providing platforms, if we start speaking to issues of manhood, then men won't feel so alone. They won't feel useless. They won't feel that they don't matter anymore. So for me, those are the three important steps, that needs to happen just for me, so that we can stop domestic violence, we can stop gender-based violence. Not enough messages are going out. 16 days of activism, that's not enough. Out of 365, you want to have 16 days of activism.
Yeah.
Let's have 349 days of activism and 16 days of nothing. Let's swap it around,
Yeah.
Let's get the message across there with this thing. And then let's see if there's a difference then in society's behavior.
No, definitely. That's the main thing. Because I also think that a lot of men doesn't know how to be a father, because they never had a father. They never had that mentorship. Thank you to the Fatherhood Foundation for being there for them.
Very true at that. For me, on a personal level, I actually feel that it all starts from a young age, where we start teaching and molding the young ones into being better people, into getting them out of the mindset that what my father is doing to my mother is actually right. It's actually the right thing to do. Excuse me. We need to get the young ones out of the mindset that what my father is actually doing to my mother is actually right. And programs such as the one that you're speaking about, MOA, I believe those will actually have a very big impact in terms of the long run, helping children get out of that mindset. Perhaps at this current moment, I know it is something which is new. At this current moment, is it something in future that will actually be dealing with young boys, teaching them the right ways in terms of fatherhood and how to be as a man?
Yes, Fatherhood has got some of those programs.
Okay.
That we go to schools, we go to camps, we go to churches, we go wherever we call, really, whether it's secular, non-secular, or anybody wants us to come, we will go there. And we speak to the boys about, for example, boys have a skewed view of what manhood is, because they didn't grow up without a father, so they see the gangster, they see the drug dealer, and they assume that that's manhood. Or they watch TV and they think that's manhood. They think that's the kind of thing that makes men men. And we've got to break down some of those misconceptions. And then we also have to build up the positive ones. And we've got to choose which are positive and which are negative. So we do that. We go a lot to schools. We try and work with young people. We make them think about their manhood. We make them think about what manhood is. We make them understand that sleeping with a girl doesn't make you a man. Having 3 children from 3 different women doesn't make you a man. That doesn't make you a man at all. Taking responsibility for the one child that you make from the one girl, that is man. We break down the misconceptions of what manhood is. Because kids are growing up with the wrong role models. So we do have that. And I believe that is the best place to start.
Yes.
Is while they're still young. Instead of trying to fix a broken man, you rather build a young boy while he's young.
Yeah.
I believe for me that is important. Yeah.
Most definitely. So in terms of your Fatherhood Foundation as well as MOA, if it does happen that maybe there's a young man out there who is dealing with situations where he's not sure which direction of manhood he should be taking, how are there ways that they can contact you, and which ways would those be, or contact your organizations?
Sorry, Tips, man, you just break up. So I just missed you this. So which way is the what?
In terms of people that would like to contact you or your organizations, how would they be able to do that? Are there any websites, emails, or numbers?
Our emails are always easier. For those who don't have email, I'll give a number.
Okay.
For Fatherhood, if they want to get hold of Fatherhood, it's very easy.
Yeah.
The email address is info@ffsa.org.za. Info@ffsa. FFSA is Fatherhood Foundation South Africa.
Okay.
.org, not .co.org.za. Similarly with MOA, same email, info@moa, MOAA.org.za. Also .org, not .co. Info@moa, Men Opposing Women Abuse.org.za. The number they can contact us on is 084 599 6536. 084 599 6536. For Fatherhood, they can contact us on that number. Sorry, I don't have MOA's number on me at the moment now.
No problem.
Apologize for that, but if they contact even on MOA on that number, I'm in both organizations, so I can get the message across to the organization. Yeah. It's not an issue.
Yes, perfect.
So that's how people can get hold of us. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. Zane, quick one actually. Do you have something like motivation for the youth out there today who's struggling with quarantine today, who's struggling with the cycle of abuse, who's struggling in finding a job? Any motivation for them?
Oh, gosh, it's so hard. It's so hard to motivate people who somehow don't seem to have an outlet for their frustration, you know, because and for me, it's a big thing with government. Government's just not providing for these young people. Um, um, in fact, government is instead telling us we only need to know 30% of anything. We can leave school in grade 9. And even you as a parent, you can't teach your child now anymore. You know, they're taking away so many of our liberties, and they're dumbing down the nation. Why would we only learn 30% of anything? It doesn't make sense. So to those young people, I want to say, number one, you reject the 30% pass rate that the government says you can have. Just reject it completely. You're not worth 30%. You are worth a lot more. Work hard, motivate yourself, because even in this world today, there's so little to motivate us.
Yeah.
Government is instead sending the wrong messages. They're building a million graves in Gauteng, for example, as if to say 1 million people are going to die. You know, they're almost sending out the negative message. I don't know why you would do something like that. That's not a positive thing to build, to dig a million graves. But so that's what I'm saying to the young people. You motivate yourselves. You find a dream and you hold on to it and you work towards it. There's still so many opportunities out there for all of us. We must just hang in there. And I believe that if you believe in yourself and you believe in your dream and you work hard, that you can get to living the kind of life that you deserve. You know, find a good male role model, sir. Young boy, young lady, and you'll have, the young ladies will have their mothers and stuff to look, but the young boys don't really have good male role. Find a male role model you can look up to, whether it's your friend or your uncle or your grandfather or someone, you know. Just find a positive male role model and allow him to influence your life positively. Please make it someone positive, you know. I know during lockdown it's very difficult, but I've learned 2 skills now while I've been on lockdown. You know, I've gone into the internet and I've learned 2 things I've always wanted to learn, and I just went and learned it, and I'm not still very good at it, but at least I now know how it works, you know. Motivate yourself, just keep yourself going forward, because you can, you know. I was COVID-19 positive, by the way. They diagnosed me COVID-19 positive, so I've been on lockdown now for a couple of weeks, but I haven't had the symptoms. I haven't gotten sick, thank heavens. I'm not in hospital. I've just stayed positive. I've looked after myself. I've isolated myself, and so on. And I think for so many people, there's so much negativity, but you remain positive. Just remain positive. Stay positive. There's so many people who still care about this nation, who can still pull it together, who will try to influence government to change their policies and to change the way they're thinking about us as a people. So yeah, that's what I want to tell our young people. You hang in there. You are the future. Remember, you are the future. And I know, you know, for us who was already over 50, for us, we it might feel like our time is, we're not over yet. You know, we're not that old, you know. But we do realize that you are the future. You are the future. And if you are miscommunicated to, if you are misguided, if you are not motivated, then my future doesn't look good, because I'll be too old to do anything about it. So I've got to make sure that you are okay, you the young people are okay, that you are communicated to properly, that you are guided in the right way, that you do stay motivated, that you do stay educated, and that you make the right choices for your future, because it's going to affect my future as an older person. So that is my word of encouragement to you young people. You hold this future. Think of the future that you want, work towards it, fight for it. In fact, that's the only way you're ever going to get there.
No, thank you very much for that, Zane. It is actually quite a powerful message that you are pushing out there. We thank you very much for joining us today. Also, your organizations that you are pushing right now, they are doing wonderful things. And we hope that the message will actually be able to touch a few lives today. One life is all we need to touch so that it can affect another life. So hopefully the message that we push out today will be able to assist somebody in the long run and with their futures to get out of that cycle. We thank you for joining us today, Zane.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me. All of the best, eh?
Thank you very much, Zane. A speedy recovery.
Thanks, Mo. Thanks, Tshepo. Right, man.
Okay.
Oh, well.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay. We'd like to thank our viewers. Please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for tuning in with us today on a man's journey with Zane Meas and myself, Mo and Tshepo. Subscribe to our channel for future knowledgeable or impact it will have on you.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us today. As Mo said, subscribe to our channel, like our videos. It is a man's journey. Community media development is the page to subscribe to. Subscribe for future videos and all. We thank you for joining us today. So much more to come in future.
Thank you very much.